What it do, Grizz Nation? It's your boy, Evan Hayes, the co-host of the No Bluff podcast, and I'm back with another post-game bounce as I will be reviewing last night's game. As the Memphis Grizzlies took on the Sacramento Kings, I'll be going over my positives, my negatives, and more of my insights on the game. But first, a quick little rundown. The Grizzlies lost last night's game 132 to 122 to push their record to 43-26 on the season, unfortunately, and now dipping them to the 5 seed in the Western Conference. We were just the 2 seed a few games ago, but also fought after dropping a few games. We are now the 5th seed. It wasn't a very pretty game. We were down by 21 at one point during this game. We tried to make a few runs throughout the game, try to get back in the game to be competitive, but unfortunately could not get the job done. Quick little rundown for the key contributors for both teams. For Grizz, Desmond Bane was the game-high scorer with a season-high 44 points on the night. Brandon Clark had 15 points and 8 rebounds. Jalen Williams had 14 points. Zach Edey had 12 points and 8 rebounds. And James Jackson Jr. rounded out the key contributors for the Grizzlies with 12 points, but also had 5 fouls in the process. James Jackson Jr., he was struggling with foul trouble this game, and he couldn't really get into a real offensive rhythm with being on the court and off the court, just not being the normal trip we've seen all season. So he's been improving that throughout the year, but this game he got back to his old ways a little bit. For Sacramento, Malik Monk was a team high scorer with 28 points and 7 assists. Zach LaVine had 23 points. DeMar DeRozan had a stat sheet stuffer type of game with 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. Keegan Murray had a 16-point and 10 rebound double-double. And former Grizzly Jake Laravia had 12 points against his former team that had great energy throughout the whole game to help his team get a win. We do not have a good track record of playing teams of former players. We lost to the Nets twice with Zaire Wood. We lost to the Rockets twice with Dylan Brooks, and now we have lost to the Kings with Jake Laravia, and now the Kings have won the season series against us 2-1. Now let's go into my takeaways. My main point that led to last night's loss, was the turnovers. The Grizz committed 18 turnovers this game and gave up 23 points off those turnovers, which probably could have and should have been more if the Kings capitalized on that. Turnovers has been a big problem the whole year, no matter who's in the lineup. And it doesn't help when you have your starting and backup point guard, John Morant and Scottie Pippen Jr. not being able to play this game. That delegates the ball handling responsibilities to guys like Desmond Bane, Luke Kennard, Jalen Wills, and Vince Williams, and that's just not their role at times. So you saw a lot of errant passes. You saw a lot of guys dribbling off their foot, which led to Sacramento getting out in transition. You saw a few big dunks from Zach LaVine and Malik Monk, got the crowd behind them, and it built momentum for the rest of the game. So definitely turnovers have been a big issue all season and definitely led to the demise this game. Second point, bad three-point defense. The Kings made 23s tonight, and they shot 48.8% from three. The Grizzlies are 5-15 this year when they let the opposing team give up 23s or more, and tonight added to that total. Three-point defense has been a very inconsistent part of the Grizzlies defense this year. Some games we are playing lights out from the three-point line, but other games, more times than not, like tonight, the Grizzlies did not defend the three-point line well. With it being a three-point shooting league, and we're playing a team like Sacramento that loves to get the ball up and down, loves to get a lot of shots, a lot of three-point shots up. If you let them shoot 41 threes on the night and make 20 of them, that's going to happen damn near every single time. And despite a big game, despite a big game from Desmond Bane, we're not getting enough stops on the defensive end to give him the rest of the guys more support to stay in the game. Also, another point, just like we said a lot throughout the season, coming out with energy. The Grizzlies were down by double digits in the first 8 minutes of this game. Taylor Jenkins himself said coming out with more energy is what we needed. We understand the guys this is their last West Coast road trip of the season. I understand they took a long flight from Memphis to Sacramento, and they got there late last night or early yesterday to get this game. And we had guys coming out the lineup. No one wants to play in Sacramento on a random Monday night, but you still have to play. And the Grizzlies not come out with energy. It seemed like the Kings wanted to get this game. They're still trying to fight for a playing spot. And they also know Jake Laravia want to probably beat his old team that gave up on him or just traded him away. And they came out more injured, they came out more fight, and the results is what they are. My last point is how this game results us in the playoff positioning. We are now fifth in West Conference, like I said before, and these games are with 13 games remaining, and you're jockeying with position in the Western Conference to maybe get a home court advantage in the first round playoff series. You have to string together some wins. We have the Trailblazers, the Clippers, and OKC coming up. I believe one more pretty good team. We have to win some of these games, and if not, you can see us slipping in the standings even further. Golden State isn't that far behind. I believe they're only 2 games behind us right now. When there's only 13 games left in the season, you have guys in now the lineup. You need some level of consistency to keep this team afloat, and we just don't have that right now. John Morant can hopefully, he's nursing a hamstring injury right now. Hopefully he gets back in the lineup because he was playing the best basketball of the season so far, and you hate to see him go down with injury. So there's no time like the present to turn this ship around, and I believe we can do that with these next few games, but it's very important that this stretch of the season is probably the most important stretch of the season that we've seen all year. With only less than 15 games left in the playoffs, you need to get stacked wins together because the teams above you are constantly winning games and teams below you are constantly winning games too because it's so competitive. Everyone's trying to get a favorable matchup. Right now, we're lined up against the Lakers right now. That may or may not be a favorite matchup for us. We don't know yet, but you want to control your own destiny and have more games at home than that. And right now, we're not in that position. The Grizzlies also have to put another stat. The Grizzlies are now 0-8 against their last 8 opponents that they faced that are 500 and over, and losses in 6 of those losses by double digits. The Grizzlies, now more than ever, being that we're going to play a lot of good teams in the playoffs, we have to figure out how to play against these better teams, these good teams better. We can beat up on the teams like the Washington Wizards and the Charlotte Hornets and the San Antonio Spurs all day, but we're playing teams like the Kings and the Warriors and the Lakers and the Celtics and the Cavs. We have to win these games to set us up for the playoffs. And so far, we haven't done a great job of doing that this year. Despite all that, we still have 13 more games left. We still have a lot of winnable games left if we come to play, if we mend up the turnovers, if we come out with energy, if we play better defense from the three-point line. We can win these games, but we have to make that switch now. But that's all I have off of last night's game. Please follow everyone on the Bluff City Media Network. Follow me on Twitter at E11Hayes. Hopefully we turn this ship around sooner rather than later. That's all I have. And as always, go Grizz.